And
That's
so
not the
one of the
majority.
first things that you mentioned in your post was the unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
Now, I think women can do a lot of things that can improve their value, right, to men. And you mentioned one when you first got on, and we were talking about the weight issue. Why,
Oh yeah.
for a man, just you can't even, as a man, I can't even start a conversation about a woman's weight, right? But you would think
Yes.
that you as a woman could be able to broach that. But it seems to me that even if you tried to get Black women to lose weight, let's say a Black woman is 250 pounds, you try to get her to lose weight, it seems like you're going to get some pushback on Facebook and IG and things of that nature. What is that coming from?
Well, here's the thing. Like, what I do is cause them to look in the mirror. So they come to me for this higher 1 to 10% of Black men is what they come to me for. Now, I hang out with those men. A lot of those men are single, right? And I get to hear, because what people didn't know, behind the scenes for the last 10 years, I've been the relationship dating coach to a lot of your favorite male celebrities. So I'm around them all the time. I just didn't push that because that was not my focus. It kind of happened by accident.
7 hours later.
I always tell them, but until your palate change, you can't attract that kind of woman anyway.
Right.
So fellas, it's a dual thing.
So do you think though, all right, let's get specific though, and let's talk about the weight, because that seems to be a very big issue.
That's what I was getting to.
Oh, sorry about that.
75 years later.
Let's talk about your childhood. I've had clients, Lee, that gain weight as a child and still carrying the weight in their 50s because they gained weight as a child because they were being molested by their fathers. So they felt like if I become overweight and, disgusting looking, this is what they would say, then he would leave me alone.
Yes, lead attorney, he wanted to know why the women had an issue with losing weight when that's one of the requirements of the men who earn a lot of money, talking about the top 1% to 10% that they are looking to get with. Took Miss Mason 5-10 minutes to answer that one question. Talked about her male celebrity clients. And when she finally got to the point, the scenario that she brought up for the reason is fathers inappropriately touching their daughters, and that's why Black women had a problem with losing weight. All right, so we're back with part 2, the exclusive interview, the lead attorney and feminine lifestyle strategist, Miss April Mason. Take a second to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Click that notification bell for all updates. And if you're new, include new subscriber in your comment below, and I'm going to try my best to respond to all of you. Not going to waste any time here. Here's part 2. Let's go ahead and get into it.
But I have no problem with a woman being in business or being a successful woman. It's how she does what she does. That's why I trademarked the feminine CEO. That means I'm a woman doing business, not a businesswoman. A businesswoman puts the business before the woman. So that's what I teach my women, that my tribe, that go ahead and go make your money, but understand these alpha men, these protectors, providers, these men that don't want you to go 50-50, although you're successful and you became self-sufficient for yourself, that type of man don't need you for what you're selling him.
Right.
So now that you understand this, what are you going to do to become more of the divine feminine energy woman? They don't want to do that part because to them it feels weak. But you're coming to the table saying, I want this high 6, 7, 8 figure earning man. And when I ask you what you bring to the table, the first thing you name is your degree. I know how to cook, all of the other stuff that they don't care about. Men with money, men with means, don't care if you really, you can cook, that's fine, but they can hire a chef. Everything that you are saying that you can do, they can hire somebody to replace what you do. So when you move the corporate ladder or go get successful in your business, that does not mean you don't be the woman. And a lot of times, especially our men, they say they want this type of woman, but they don't create an environment for that woman to actually be. Because they're so used to doing. When they say, I want a strong woman like my mom, well, what was your mother's quality of life? Did she work 4 and 5 jobs? There's no way I could be with a man that wanted me to work every day, take care of the kids, and be his sex kitten, his sexy vixen, his confidant, his peaceful place, and all of those things.
Yeah, and I think I heard another chameleon saying that same thing before. But Black women, I know it sounds good for you to say that, but just keep it up. Keep getting passed by. I know some of you remember your mothers or your grandmothers, they went to work too. But guess what? They still fix dinner at night. They would even iron your clothes and your dad's clothes too. These modern women, they're just lazy and they want to be pampered and spoiled. They're also selfish. And that's why a lot of them end up alone with self. Let's be honest, this boss chick attitude is what's keeping a lot of you where you are. You're so busy trying to compete with the man that you can't keep a man. And unfortunately, this is what a lot of black men they have a problem with. They've been telling you this for a long time, but you won't listen. They're going to the DR and they're going to Brazil and they're finding women with a different culture. A culture where they don't have to argue with the women about being women. So yeah, black women, keep listening to people like Miss Mason. It's why you're single and it's also why she's single too.
Fellas, that you got to start picking better women. That plays a part too. Get off of the beauty and the booty all the time, because you got to understand, you can get caught up in that. And what I saw with a lot of my male clients were, they liked the aesthetics of these women, but they wanted her to have this other type of more traditional type of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Another contradiction. She was saying before that men with money didn't need all that traditional stuff because they can buy it. And now she's turning around and said the rich men she's talking about, they wanted beautiful women with a traditional mindset. Black women, for some reason, believe they can run away from being traditional by getting with men with money already. But ladies, you are playing yourself. Most men want traditional women. And some of them, they are looking at other places because black women, you all want to be, you know what? Go ahead and keep getting the same results.
But I want to answer this
Oh,
question.
yes, please do. Please do. Please do.
Everybody keeps saying, but April, she's not married. She's not married because I didn't want to be married. See, there's a difference between somebody itching to get married and a woman that's developing herself for herself first. Then she goes out and get married. So y'all think that because I'm not married, that what I teach don't work, or that something must be wrong. No, I'm just a woman that understands I have the pick of the litter. See, because I know what most women don't know at 46, right?
Yes.
And number two,
this lady just said that she had the pick of the litter. She really believes that she is the prize. In fact, she said it in this conversation that she believes that women are the prize. She's talking about the delusion of her clients. She's delusional too. She's 46 years old and she's talking like she's the one who's controlling marriage.
I decide when I want to get married. And I think when people stop putting a time clock on it, and when women learn to say, let me become a dope woman for myself, so that puts me in a position to where I have learned enough and understand about who I am and know how to be a woman, it puts me above all other women.
Absolutely delusional. She said that she was above other single women that's on the dating market with her. How many men are knocking down the doors of 46 to 50-year-old women? Can we just be honest here? How is she competing and being better than those other single women that's younger than her? Even 35 years old, or 30 years old, or 25 years old. The guys with all of the money and all of the options, even the ones that's 45, 46 years old, they are not waiting on the sideline as one of April Mason's 4 or 5 options that she says that she has. She really believes that she's the one who controls access to marriage to these men of high value, and that they're lined up 4 or 5 at a time waiting on her. And so you wonder why women didn't receive results in large numbers. This is absolutely crazy, and why the women are probably starting to question her. Miss Mason, your ability to flirt with 4 or 5 men, or your ability to be able to have them in your bedroom, that doesn't qualify them as 4 or 5 men with money who want to marry you. And now it's making even more sense why she had to close things down. You can't go around lying to the women, telling them that you're going to give them these results that you don't even have, but just making up all this stuff and then blinding them by telling them that you mingle with celebrities.
Because they're not going to be doing that. So a woman being married is not a measure of her value. What makes her valuable is the wisdom, is her femininity, is her understanding what it means to be a woman and stop trying to do a woman. and do things for a man. It's not, there's nothing that I can do for a man to make him stay. It's what I'm being to him. Most women don't know the difference between a wise woman and an unwise woman. So I don't have to go out and get married to prove that and I'll tell you this, I became an empty nester 3 years ago, and Leah almost had a nervous breakdown because I knew how to be the mom. I knew how to be the businesswoman, the coach, the entrepreneur, all of those things. But I didn't know who April was, because April's identity was wrapped around being the mother.
No, you almost had a nervous breakdown because when the kids left the house, you realized that you had no man there. Yet you was out here getting thousands of women to sign up for some dating academy so that they could become wives. Meanwhile, you're at home alone, just like them.
And so I had to take some time to figure out what I wanted, because what I wanted now wasn't what I wanted when the kids were younger. I was looking for more of a father figure. Well, I don't need that. My kids are 27, 25, and 23. Right. I don't need that anymore. So when people equate what you're not married, what you're saying is my value is I'm only valuable if I have a man by my side. This is what I try to teach women. The man is the added bonus to your life. Create a dope life and you have the pick of the litter. And once you got the pick of the litter, you can take your time vetting them. Because what happens is when women get into a position to where, oh, I'm a dope woman now, and they get access to the 1 to 10% of a black man, guess what they do? The first one that come along, they want to snatch him because they're not used to having that. Well, you haven't vetted him. You don't know if he qualifies yet. Right. You haven't looked at his life to see if it complements your life. So when you do get to a place where I am, you can take your time and say, you know what? I have 4 or 5 to choose from, and all of them are wonderful men. It's only about, now it's up to me to decide which one is the best for my legacy. Wow. Not just because I like you and I love you. Which one is best for the legacy? Which one is best for me to merge our lives together and love on each other? But we also understand we want to leave a legacy. Black people marry for love and strictly my emotions. I don't do that. I've learned from the others how not to do that. I've learned from white women that you don't marry somebody with potential. You marry somebody that's already doing what they do. Only black women are called gold diggers when they want a man that's successful. The others are taught that.
By the way, Lisa Raye and the Queens with Cocktails, they made this same statement in the video I covered here. These old black women, the grandmothers of today, they've taught the younger women not to wait on black men to become successful and just go after the black men who already made it. I remember Lisa saying black women didn't want to wait for the men to come out of law school. They want him when he's already at the firm, but they get mad when he's at the firm and now he's out here with Becky and Maria. That's because black women don't want to go through the growing pains. They want the men after they made it, but don't realize that once they make it, those men, they're not negotiating. You're going to be what he said he wanted, or he's moving on to the other 1,000 of y'all who's auditioning to be with him, the same 1 to 10% man.
So for me, it's more of, no, I've become a wonderful woman for me, and I've learned to enjoy her, because it took a minute to really get out of just mom mode, that I'm more than a mother, I'm more than a sister, and all of these other things. So now, you girl, settle it down now, because I know what I can offer now, because I went through the process. Once women start taking my courses, they always jump prematurely. Because what they do is they start seeing subtle changes, and it's like, oh, let me grab the first man to come along. No, rest in your change. Because you'll learn, you might start attracting them from what I teach, but you won't be able to keep them if you do not embody what a feminine woman is. You have your boundaries, you have confidence, you're not worried about other women, you're not worried about other races of women. You are a dope ass woman for yourself first. And then
they're not going to be able to keep them because you're teaching them how to fake it. They're not really feminine women. So when they actually get the man, they can't keep him because they can't keep up that role that they're playing. They can only take your acting feminine classes so far.
They start seeing a little progress and they jump. And it's like, but that's the first one out the gate. Experience what it means to be treated nicely. Men opening your doors, getting in and out of the car. Men being concerned about your day. Men's patterns, efforts, consistency, and words lining up in your life. Don't just jump at the first one, baby. I worked so hard with you to get here. Wait for a minute, get a couple of them first, and then see what you like. See what you like.
I hear you. I hear you.
It's one of those things that people don't understand, that women have masculine and feminine energy. We're talking right now. I'm in more masculine energy because we're teaching. But when I'm not teaching, I am definitely the vixen when I'm not teaching. So people don't understand the difference and the going in and out, because when a woman is focused and when she's lecturing, when she's teaching, she is in her masculine energy. People think being feminine is the color pink. And I'm going to do a whole series on the dark feminine energy. Dark feminine energy is not toxic. It's extremely sexy. We watch the dark feminine energy as examples of Angelina Jolie and Tomb Raider. That's some sexy dark feminine energy. So most people, especially Black folks, don't understand the difference. As soon as you say dark feminine energy, they automatically think it bad. No, Lee, I'll tell you this. I have a stripper pole in my bedroom. That brings out the sensuality and the dark feminine energy that
She's talking about dark feminine energy, and it sounds like the Jezebel spirit to me. So you got a 46-year-old Jezebel with this conditional and fake femininity, a grandmother with a stripper pole in her bedroom. Who are you dancing for anyway? There's no man there. And she was the one who said that the 7-figure, 8-figure men, they have the money that they could buy everything they want. Well, why would they want a 46-year-old grandmother on the pole? From her mindset, they should be able to buy the dancers too, right?
So now it's like, well, if femininity is the color pink, it's hair extensions, it's eyelashes, it's walking like this, it's talking like this. No, that's not what it is. It's a part of it, but everybody's come across differently. But most women that you see that are feminine women, when they're in the leadership position, they will interchange it between their masculine and feminine energy, because we need it. A woman that's all feminine would be horrible because she would have no backbone, right? She wouldn't be a good leader, an all feminine woman. No, she has to have some, as my grandfather say, some gumption.
Well, why does she need to be a leader though? You said if she's all feminine, she's not going to be a good leader. But what is she leading?
Exactly, TLA. What she's really wanting to say is that giving up control to a man is bad. Having a man as your leader, your sole leader, is bad. She's thinking that both should be in charge. But how do you have two heads of the household? Women like April Mason and these boss chicks like her with this transgender spirit, they want to boss their men around. They want control. She's supposed to be the femininity dating coach, but she says being a full feminine woman is bad. What it looks like is this lady, she's been playing women for a long time, and now she's looking to play women and men at the same time. Just a couple of years ago, this woman was saying that Black men weren't sugar honey iced tea. But now she's fooling a lot of Black men, making them think that she's redeemed or in some sort of transition. Yeah, in transition to trick you into thinking that she's a traditional woman when she's showing you otherwise. Much respect to the lead attorney. It was a really great live stream, so if you missed it, I will leave the link below in the description. Also, if you missed part 1 of this breakdown, I'll leave that below in the description as well. Shout out to our brothers Rashid, Tyrone W, Dark Power, and Kevin L. I appreciate all of you for your support for this channel. Want to see more content like this? You can support the channel as well. Links to PayPal and Cash App are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.
No, but a lot of these men, they talk about the gold digger, but I'm like, you don't have no gold, baby. You don't. you ain't got no gold.